Yeah, so Bonner's gone. Dewanna Bonner's gone. Indiana fans, I'm so sorry. This is a horrible video for you. Dewanna Bonner is not coming back, according to Andy Costabile in Front Office Sports.
There's a huge mystery surrounding Dewanna Bonner and her absence, okay? In these past 4 games, guys, in the past 4 games, Dewanna Bonner has been MIA for the Indiana Fever. It's getting to the point where I'm on my Twitter timeline. The fans are saying that Dewanna Bonner has quote-unquote quiet quit, okay? They say that she is quiet quitting the Indiana Fever.
Dewanna Bonner just hit the eject button on the Indiana Fever like she had a hot date with a private jet. And honestly, she might. Was it a strategic power play? A dramatic mic drop? Or did she finally get fed up with the WNBA's particular brand of reality TV, thinly disguised as professional basketball? Whatever the reason, she bailed faster than a coach tossing a challenge flag. Stay tuned, because this isn't just a walkout, it's a full-blown primetime soap opera in sneakers.
Dewanna Bonner is officially done with the Indiana Fever. Now, DB has been out for the past 6 games for personal reasons, but other than that, the team has been pretty quiet on what exactly is going on, and there's been so much speculation around her absence. But the whole thing was just kind of bizarre, and a lot of Fever fans were speculating that we're not going to see her back. And just today, it was announced that she has no intentions on returning to the Indiana Fever, and her preferred destinations are either Atlanta or the Phoenix Mercury. It's also been reported that the main reason that she wanted to leave is because things felt off from the beginning and she thought that she would be a starter.
Somewhere between Dewanna Bonner's latest fashion-forward tunnel strut and another yawn-inducing stat line, she apparently decided, yep, I'm out. Not out of shape, not out of ideas, not out of gas, just flat out done. The Indiana Fever didn't even get a courtesy text. 1 minute she was giving off major don't talk to me vibes on the bench, and the next, poof. Exit stage left. She ghosted that roster with the finesse of a bad Hinge date, leaving Indiana more bewildered than ever.
In another non-shocking turn of events, it's being reported that Dewanna Bonner no longer wants to be with Indiana Fever. I was shocked in the first place that she went there, to be honest, based on the harassment that her and her wife received last year from the Fever fans. So this is not shocking to me. This article, it says that her potential landing spots could be Phoenix or the Dream. You guys know I got Dream season tickets, so I'm biased. Come to ATL. She started the season off starting with the Fever and then was promptly benched, and Lexi started in the starting position. So this is all speculation. I don't know, right? That could have had something.
But let's pump the brakes on the self-care narrative, or the burnout excuse. This wasn't some soul-searching retreat to Bali. This was the classic playground tantrum. If I don't get to start, I'm taking my ball and going home. Because heaven forbid, a seasoned veteran actually has to earn her minutes. Dewanna wasn't looking to compete, she was looking to cruise. And when the Fever offered her a perfectly cozy seat on the bench, instead of the starting 5, she didn't just pout. She detonated.
Of course, the Dewanna Bonner news would come out while I'm out. But I can't say that it caught me by surprise, because it certainly didn't. Now, in the grand scheme of things, it's surprising. Dewanna Bonner signs a free agent contract with the Indiana Fever. And after a handful of games, wants a Fever exit, apparently. And that is a strange situation, right? Because she was embraced. She had her achievement at the beginning of the season, moving up the scoring ranks. They were referring to her as Mama Bear in training camp, and now all of a sudden that has fallen apart. She was out of the starting lineup, hadn't really produced that much, particularly on the offensive end, and this,
Now, Indiana's front office is probably still trying to process how she managed to file metaphorical divorce papers in the middle of practice. The very team that threw her a lifeline, hoping to reignite whatever flicker was left of her veteran glow-up, got blindsided by an ego eruption so seismic, NASA probably registered it. Dewanna didn't just walk away. She sashayed off the court like she was on an awards show red carpet, minus the actual awards, and definitely minus the applause.
But I see a lot of Fever fans being very negative towards DB, talking about I never seen someone take so much personal time off, and who takes personal time off? I don't know if you're not family origin. I don't know if you may hate your family, but family comes first over everything. Okay? I don't know. Maybe you're not family origin, but family comes first. If she having issues and stuff going on with her family, how about we pray about it? Okay? She's a human being. Stuff happens to them just like shit happens to us. Life be lifing. They have shit happen to them just like shit happened to us. So let's not do that.
So, where's our leading lady headed next? Apparently, she's trying to assemble a WNBA supergroup like she's auditioning for Destiny's Child The Retirement Years. Word on the street is she's got her sights set on Atlanta. Of course, it's always Atlanta, the city where aging stars go to feel relevant again. And just to really spice things up, she reportedly wants to link arms with Brittany Griner. As if that duo doesn't sound like the premise for a buddy cop movie where they aggressively subtweet their teammates instead of arresting anyone. Yes, the same Brittany Griner, who's currently navigating her own on-court redemption arc. Dewanna seems to think teaming up will magically reignite her spark, as if dropping a few triple single stat lines next to Griner is going to salvage her legacy. It's the basketball equivalent of two washed-up pop stars launching a reunion tour to pay off their bad real estate investments. But here's the real kicker. Dewanna flipped on Caitlin Clark faster than a light switch. One day, it was all supportive veteran mentor mode activated. The next, she's acting like Caitlin's mere presence is a personal affront to the game itself. It's like Dewanna woke up, saw Clark's face on a cereal box, and instantly decided that was her villain origin story. Never mind that Caitlin is single-handedly dragging the entire WNBA into mainstream relevance, Dewanna's ego simply couldn't tolerate the spotlight shifting even an inch.
So Dewanna Bonner pulls one of the weakest moves in sports history and quits on the Indiana Fever, not even halfway through the season, man. Your ass couldn't hit the fucking side of a barn and was stinking it up every game, and you're mad about a starting spot or some bullshit? Completely lost all respect for your punk ass, man. And now your preferred destination is the Phoenix Mercury and the Dream. Oh, what? So you can go back with Alyssa Thomas and Scissor? What the fuck kind of bullshit is this? And then all the people that hate Caitlin Clark so much, the Black Clan and Black Clan Panders, are sitting here supporting this weak-ass move.
She morphed from wise mentor to mean girl in record time. Suddenly, every missed pass was a conspiracy. Every high five she didn't get was a direct personal insult. And every time Caitlin drained a logo 3, Dewanna looked like someone just stole her reserved parking spot. This wasn't basketball anymore. It was high school with sweatbands. And don't imagine Connecticut's rolling out the welcome mat either. She tried to sneak back into that door like everyone forgot how she ditched them last time. But nobody's queuing up for that tired rerun. The Sun have moved on. They're not in the business of providing emotional support for veterans with bruised egos and zero self-awareness. Connecticut is busy playing actual basketball, while Dewanna's busy curating her next Instagram story, treating it like a documentary on betrayal. She's not chasing rings anymore, she's chasing relevance. And let's be honest, nothing screams, "I still matter," louder than quitting a team mid-season because the coach wouldn't roll out the red carpet. She expected to waltz into that locker room and be treated like royalty, completely forgetting that royalty usually has to earn their throne. Nope, Dewanna was allergic to effort and apparently holds a PhD in entitlement.
All right, now some people have been saying that her banner has been taken down. I don't know how true that is, but from what people are saying and seeing, they said her banner is taken down. Now, yes, that is alarming if it is real. I don't know exactly what it might mean if they did take it down, but you have to think it's not a good sign. Now, we all remember what Stephanie White ended up saying in the practice when asked about Dewanna Bonner. She was saying, like, you know, there's no timeline. Right? No timeline, but they're just making sure that they're staying supportive of her. So I don't know if it's really a team thing, a team issue, the reason why she is missing right now. I feel like it really is something personal.
And her grand pitch to Atlanta? It screams desperation. It screams, "My group chat told me this was a good idea." She's banking on star power she simply doesn't possess anymore, and chemistry that exists only in her imagination. Because if there's one thing Atlanta definitely doesn't need right now, it's another drama magnet with a history of vanishing when the going gets tough. But hey, why not throw another log on the chaos fire? Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is out there getting fouled like it's open season, single-handedly making the WNBA palatable to a whole new generation, while Dewanna is treating the entire league like her personal reality show. There's no hunger to compete, no fire to prove anyone wrong. just attitude, entitlement, and a whole lot of side-eye. She's not playing basketball anymore, she's performing it. Except the audience isn't clapping. It's not just the quitting, it's the timing, the sheer theatrical energy, the unapologetic diva vibes. She didn't leave with dignity, she flounced. She manufactured an entire drama, knowing full well it would set social media ablaze. And now she's pitching herself like a highly sought-after free agent with options, when the only thing she truly has are hazy memories of better days and a highlight reel that stopped getting new clips years ago. At this point, if she gets picked up by anyone, it'll be out of pure morbid curiosity, like watching a reboot of a show that wasn't even that good to begin with, just to see how spectacularly it can crash and burn. Her game isn't sharp enough to justify the noise, and her attitude is far louder than her output. It's a full-blown vanity tour in the making.
Excuse me, Dewanna Bonner? What do you mean you don't want to play for the Fever anymore? You signed a contract, you made a commitment to this team, and you're just gonna jump out of it right in the middle? Get out of here with that. Go retire. We didn't need you anyways. You weren't doing anything for our team. You know what? This frees up a roster spot. Maybe we can go get Ari McDonald and actually become a championship caliber team now. No interest in playing for the Fever. I'll go play for the Fever. They don't want me. I'll step.
And the absolute funniest part, she still believes she's the main character as if this is her league and everyone else is just renting court space. But the cold, hard truth is, the game has evolved. The fans have moved on, the teams have moved on, and while Dewanna is busy plotting her next dramatic exit, probably scrolling through Atlanta real estate listings and fake laughing at old texts from Brittany Griner, the rest of the league is lacing up their shoes and getting to work. Dewanna is probably somewhere practicing her comeback pose for a team that hasn't even bothered to call. She's not retired, she's just not playing, she's not injured, she's just in her feelings. And that, my friends, is the unfiltered reality. And just when you think Dewanna Bonner couldn't possibly outdo herself, she cranks the chaos dial to maximum volume and physically walks out. Not metaphorically, she literally packed up whatever scraps of pride she had left and stormed out of Indiana, acting like the locker room air conditioning personally offended her. No grit, no fight, no "I'll prove myself in practice." Just a colossal theatrical nope, and the door slamming shut behind her, likely for good. There wasn't even a public dispute, no locker room brawl, no visible meltdown, just a vibe. One day she was there, half-heartedly stretching in the corner, and the next she vanished like a ghost wearing sneakers. The Indiana Fever didn't even get the dramatic "I'm done" speech. No locker room tears, just radio silence and an empty locker.
People who are saying it's too early to judge Dewanna Bonner's performance at this point in the season obviously did not watch Connecticut last season. Now, the Sun started off strong, one of the longest winning streaks in WNBA history. The Sun also won more games last season than they've won in franchise history. So there's no doubt that Connecticut was a strong team. But what I am saying is that Bonner was proven inconsistent on the offensive end. There were 12 games where she shot 30% or less. For her career, she's a 40% shooter. Considering her position at forward, that's fairly low. Top forwards and post players typically sit around 50% from the floor. I think her field goal percentage struggles due to her shot selection, and she likes to shoot from deep, but last season she was 29% from three.
That's it. That's the entire exit strategy. Zero explanation, zero communication. Just a veteran who suddenly decided that competition simply wasn't her vibe anymore. And here's the kicker, this wasn't some overwhelmed rookie. This is a seasoned professional who's been around the block, seen more courts than an NBA scout, and supposedly knows what true resilience looks like. But instead of buckling down and putting in the grind, Dewanna opted for the path of least resistance, quitting the second things didn't go precisely her way. Forget adapting. Forget mentorship. She wasn't interested in being a team player unless that team was actively worshiping at her feet and handing her a starting spot on a velvet pillow. Can you even imagine the audacity? Just straight up refusing to play, deciding she wouldn't grace that hardwood unless she got exactly what she wanted. Who does that? What era of athlete behavior are we even witnessing right now? The Fever handed her a contract, a locker, a platform, and she gave them back nothing but attitude and a vanishing act. No hustle, no hunger, just entitlement marinated in melodrama. And let's be brutally honest here. Even if she had stayed, she was barely making a peep on the stat sheet. Her game wasn't screaming starter anymore. It was barely whispering, maybe 6th option off the bench on a good day.
I need answers. I need answers. I don't want this swept under the rug whatsoever. I don't want this swept under the rug whatsoever. I want solid answers from somebody, because this, I've never seen this. Sorry, never seen it. I need answers. And, I do not believe, this is just my personal opinion, I do not believe that it is Dewanna Bonner. I do not believe it's coaching. I'm not really sure.
But instead of viewing that as a challenge to overcome, she interpreted it as a personal insult, as if she was too legendary to be relegated to the bench, despite the only consistent thing about her play lately being its sheer inconsistency. This wasn't about injuries. This wasn't about off-court issues. This was, plain and simple, about ego. Dewanna Bonner walked away because the WNBA dared to evolve without first asking for her permission. She genuinely believed her name alone would guarantee minutes, and when it didn't, well, she went into full meltdown mode. Except instead of an explosive tantrum, she just left. She slid out the back door like she was trying to dodge the bill after a bad dinner. And now, the rumors are swirling that she's pushing for a move. Not asking nicely, but pushing. She wants out. Out of Indiana, out of any environment that expects effort, accountability, or humility. She's not even pretending to show up anymore. This isn't a mere trade request. It's a hostage negotiation where her own relevance is the hostage. She's drawing a line in the sand, daring the league to meet her demands, as if she's still the hottest ticket in town. Newsflash, sweetheart. That train left the station, and it took her jump shot with it. The idea that she's flat out refusing to play is bordering on cartoonish, but it's real. She's refusing, like a toddler at dinner, stubbornly rejecting broccoli. Except in this scenario, the broccoli is hustle, and the dinner table is the fever season.
This whole Dewanna Bonner thing is bothering me a little bit. So it turns out that Dewanna Bonner scrubbed off everything that pertains or to Indiana Fever. What is going on? I don't get it. You take a leave of absence, no updates, nothing. Does she want to retire? Does she want to leave the Fever? Is she looking for a trade? What is going on with Dewanna Bonner?
And she's not even trying to hide it. She's letting everyone know that if her conditions aren't met, she's simply not lacing up those shoes again. This isn't athlete empowerment, it's professional sulking. And seriously, who even wants to deal with that? Imagine being the Fever staff, busting your butt to build a cohesive team culture, and you've got Dewanna playing emotional chess in the background. You're meticulously planning rotations and lineups, and she's out here moonlighting as a soap opera protagonist. You need effort? She brings energy vampire. You want chemistry? She brings conflict. It's absolutely exhausting. And let's be crystal clear, Dewanna Bonner is never stepping back onto the court for Indiana. That bridge isn't just burned, it's a smoldering pile of ash. The Fever aren't waiting by the phone, they're not holding their breath. They're probably halfway through repainting her locker and replacing it with a peace lily or a rookie who doesn't throw a tantrum every time they're not in the starting five. And yet somehow, she's acting like she's the one with all the leverage, like teams are circling, desperate to scoop up her drama as if it were pure gold. She wants a trade, but she's effectively made herself radioactive. Nobody is trying to import a mid-season diva crisis into their locker room just so they can watch her roll her eyes at practice and vanish before warm-ups. Still, she's got her sights set on Atlanta. The same Atlanta where she's supposedly hoping to join forces with Brittany Greener and magically revive her star power. As if merely moving zip codes is going to fix the fact that she bailed on her last team like it was a terrible blind date. Atlanta doesn't need another player who views effort as optional and teamwork as negotiable. And Griner, bless her heart, might not be quite ready for the full chaos package that comes with Bonner's sudden mood swings and pregame declarations of, "I'm just not feeling it today." And if anyone actually thinks this ends with a clean trade or some inspiring comeback story, let's be real, it absolutely won't. Bonner is a walking, talking soap opera right now, a one-woman dramatic arc with no resolution in sight. She's turned not starting into a full-blown rebellion. She's declared war on accountability and waged battle against anything that even remotely resembles humility. The craziest part? There was no warning, no build-up, no locker room tension bubbling over for weeks. One day she was suited up, cold stretching in the corner, and the next she was gone. Mentally, physically, completely gone. She didn't even pretend to care, didn't give the fans a wave goodbye, didn't thank the city, just straight up ghosted. Now she's out here window shopping for new teams like a coveted free agent with a million options, forgetting that most teams would honestly prefer to sign a traffic cone with a good attitude.
Pissed off, bro. Pissed off, bro. I want my money back, bro. Dewanna Bonner, listen, I'm gonna start this off. I pray everything's okay. We don't know what's going on. I hope everything is okay. And I hope it's not something too serious. But bruh. I got my receipt. I want my money back. I want my damn money back. I want my money back, Dewanna Bonner. I ordered something and I did not get what I paid for. I ordered something and did not get what I have paid for. Dewanna Bonner, I would like my money back. I don't know what's going on, but you're not showing up to work anymore.
It's not a meltdown, it's a vanishing act. A stubborn refusal to play paired with an even more stubborn refusal to self-reflect. She didn't just walk out, she staged a one-woman exit performance, complete with dramatic eye rolls, whispers of betrayal, and a complete refusal to return texts. And the absolute funniest part? She genuinely believes she's in control. She thinks she's still dictating the narrative. Meanwhile, the league has already flipped the page, and she's still stuck rereading her own old headlines, convinced they still matter. Dewanna Bonner didn't just quit the fever, she quit the fight. She walked away from competition, from accountability, from the very core essence of what makes basketball, basketball. Not because she couldn't perform, but because she couldn't perform without being worshipped. And the moment the applause stopped, so did she.